Hey guys, I'm Laura MacGyver, and I am back to recap another episode of Teen Mom 2. We are at part 2 of the reunion. Last night's episode had exes, people storming off the stage, so much drama. So let's get into it. Brianna, John is back. He joined her on stage, and it was the most awkward discussion ever. They were going in circles. They were talking about the night they broke up, how they wish they worked it out, how they know it won't work, how he didn't say, I love you back. It was just circles. Dr. Drew even said, John, she broke your heart. Are you here to win her back? And he was just like, that's it. It was just pointless. A couple minutes of just nonsense. Nessa seemed to be loving it. She was like, I love this. This is so sweet. I want you guys to work it out. We're all here rooting for you guys. We all? Nessa, I'm not. It wasn't going to work out. There was a very sweet hug that wasn't on camera, but of course MTV threw it in there. They made it black and white to make it all like emotional. But overall, I thought it was pointless. I think this will be the last time we see John. So John, it was great watching you all season, but bye. However, she also sat down with Devon. So a lot of fans were pointing out how Dr. Drew and Nessa were calling him Devoyne. So that's actually how you say his name. However, Brianna and her family call him Devon. So fans just started calling him Devon. But of course, viewers were like, Devon, what's going on? He was saying, I do want to be there for Nova. Brianna was just throwing punches at him, saying you're not there for her, you don't support her, you don't call her, which I do agree with. However, Devon is the one dad that I feel like he truly wants to be there, but there's just so much holding him back. He doesn't have a car, he doesn't have a job, he doesn't have a home. However, I truly think that he's trying, and that's what he was trying to tell them. He was saying, once I get a car, things are going to change. Brittany was also there, and she was, oh my God, giving Dr. Drew a run for his money. She was just throwing out all these ideas and saying, you know, Brianna has a lot of tension, she has a lot of temper problems, and just throwing out all these doctor sayings. And we were like, wow, Brittany knows what she's talking about. Overall, I am excited to see what else is to come with them because Roxanne's joining next week, and we know her, she can get feisty. Jayde. Oh my gosh. This reunion with Jayde is so good. So her mom, Christy, was on stage as well as her grandma. She's very close with her grandma. That's like another mother. Christy, her mom, thought Dr. Drew was attacking her because he was just saying, you know, you have to find something that suits your lifestyle when it comes to your drug addiction, saying yoga, reading, programs, anything that you think will help you. She was just saying, all my dirty laundry is being aired out on television. Yes, that's what happens when you sign up for a reality television show. She stormed off stage and she had the classic line, get these cameras out of my face. I love when reality stars say that. You signed up for the show, don't scream to get the cameras out of your face. That is your job. But it just gave me a good laugh. Sean was there to comfort her because he knows how she's feeling. He went through a lot this season with his drug addiction. When Jayde found the dirty condoms in his garbage, it was a lot for him. And I think Sean seems to be doing great. He's working, and he said, I got sober for my daughter Chloe. Jayde said, I can't see her if I'm not sober. So he cleaned up his act and said, I'm doing this for my family. Overall, I loved seeing the family sit down and use this platform to discuss things like drug addiction, what comes next, family problems. They don't hold back. I'm so happy MTV brought this family because they certainly bring the drama. So Leah and Kale. So they sat down on stage together to discuss that infamous Costa Rica trip. They said things got wild. At one point, Kale called out Leah's sister, Victoria, and said she had hickeys all over her neck and she had to use makeup to cover it up. They also discussed Jeremy a little bit. Kale said, I call him out on everything. You know, he needs to call Addie more. I'm not afraid to tell him the truth, and I think she is a great friend. But then Victoria joined Leah on stage, and they talked about her surprise pregnancy that happened in Costa Rica on that one night that she slept with her rafting instructor, I think he was. They also Skyped in with Victoria's baby daddy and Leah's friend. This was so awkward because we don't know them yet. I can understand if they've been on the season and they want to catch up with them, but these were two men that we have no idea who they are. These poor guys were like, what is this show? Who are we talking to? We're talking to this doctor and we're talking about our sex life on television. It's just wild. They don't even have TV. They said, we don't even watch TV. So they're thrown into this. It was, I mean, they were really, really cute, but it was so awkward. Dr. Drew asked a question, why didn't you guys use protection? What happened that night? He was not holding back. Victoria did take blame for the pregnancy and said, oh yeah, I just didn't, say, oh, we just don't need it. However, it was very cute. He said, wait, it is both of our fault that we are pregnant. But Leah and Kale kind of threw under the bus because the next day after they had their little fling, she told them that they did use protection. So she lied to her sister and her sister's best friend, but now she finally came clean and said, nope, we didn't. But now we are dealing with it, we are happy, we are in love, and we're taking it step by step. They also discussed Leah's friend. So Victoria's baby daddy's friend is now Leah's friend. She was, she was kind of quiet. She seemed very shy and she really didn't want to discuss anything. Victoria, though, did drop a little bombshell and she was like, oh, what do you call him? Your Costa Rican boy? She was kind of hinting that something is going on, but Victoria just, she didn't want to say too much, sister code. You can't just expose your sister on television, even though she did in a way. Overall, I think it was a great segment. We learned a lot about, what's going on with the whole Costa Rica because they are going back and forth currently, but I'm excited to see next season. More about the pregnancy, will we see the baby be born? There's a lot going on in Leah's family right now, so I'm excited to see what else is to come. Getting into Chelsea. I am a little disappointed with this segment. I was very excited to see Chelsea on stage because on part one, we didn't see her at all. I just don't think they asked her enough questions about Adam, and it was just a couple minutes. And then it was like, let's get into you being a professional designer. A professional designer? I was like, no, I want to know more about the drama. And it was just, they kind of focused more on her fashion instead of Adam, which is kind of the point of the show in a way. She did open up about her anxiety a little bit and said she's a million times better. And even Dr. Drew and Nessa admitted this was the most animated we've seen Chelsea ever. She was so outgoing. Her South Dakota accent was coming out. She seemed to be doing a lot better. Normally at reunions, she's very quiet, just very to herself. She doesn't really like to participate. This year, she was like a whole new person, and that's because she's working on herself. And I think that was great to discuss. I was like, let's get more into that. But no, they didn't focus on the drama. And that is what we're all here for. So hopefully next week when Cole joins her on stage, there'll be more with him. Again, he was only on stage for like a minute. I was like, MTV, come on, I need more Cole. Let's talk about next week a little bit. This is when the big fight happens between Teen Mom 2 girls and Teen Mom Young and Pregnant girls. All of a sudden, they're thrown into this now. They were all in New York the same weekend filming, and Ashley and Jayde got into it because of the Teen Mom 2 role. Ashley said, MTV did ask me to do it, I turned it down, and Jayde's like, that never happened. So I'm excited to see them fight it out on stage. Kale gets involved. Also, Kate and Tyler will be on stage. I think they will possibly be joining Chelsea and Cole and discussing marriage and how it's on camera. Chelsea also said at one point she couldn't even be with the kids alone because she felt like she was dying. I'm assuming she's meaning her anxiety and just the problems she felt, and she just didn't feel comfortable being alone. We will be getting a Skype call from Roxanne. I'm sad she won't be in the studio. We've had some pretty amazing moments with Roxanne in the studio. Do you remember when she took her shoe off, her heel, and she tried to throw it at Devon? So I was very upset to see that she will not be on stage, but she openly discussed it, saying, I think Devon might be going through something, maybe depression, but he's battling a lot right now. She is Devon's biggest cheerleader. So I'm excited to see what else is to come next week. That is all I have for this week's episode. Make sure you check back next week to see me recap part 3 of the Teen Mom 2 reunion. It is the last episode of Teen Mom 2 for now, but I will definitely be here to recap it. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel below. Bye everyone!